Now, to learn more about what's happening on the ground, we go live to Carlos Alicea Negron in Puerto Rico. He is the leader of the pro-independence movement, Negron. Carlos, can you please tell us what's happening in Puerto Rico right now?
Well, what's happening in Puerto Rico right now is basically a clash between the working class that is opposing a repressive wave of political and economic oppression by the colonial regime in Puerto Rico. The entrapment yesterday afternoon in the peaceful march of Puerto Ricans denouncing the violent economic repression by the colonial regime that is cutting pension funds and is precarizing the working conditions of all Puerto Ricans is what's happening right now. The police of Puerto Rico and the colonial regime and the government of Puerto Rico are trying to impose and continue to impose violent economic policies against Puerto Ricans. And basically the community is responding against that. And they are targeting especially our young people that is taking the lead in the opposition to this economic exploitation that is happening in Puerto Rico, and all the other organized political organizations like Movimiento Negron, Frente Socialista, and other community groups that are the face of the opposition to this economic regime that want to that are aggravating the poverty conditions of Puerto Ricans all around the island.
Quick question. I want to talk about the protesters. Why are people so angry on the streets, and what exactly are their demands?
Well, our demands basically first are the end of the colonial regime in Puerto Rico, the elimination of the Fiscal Control Board, that is a tool that has been used and is used right now by the colonial regime to impose the economic exploitation of Puerto Ricans. Basically, they are creating and taking measures and policy decisions that are eliminating the pension funds of Puerto Ricans, are eliminating the labor rights that have been gained through tears and blood for many historical years in Puerto Rico. They are closing schools. And let me point out, this is one of the more active and militant community groups that are opposing the closing of schools, because they want to eliminate the public school system and privatize it. And they are basically, and we're opposing as well, all the policies that are privatizing all the national heritage that we have in Puerto Rico, like land, the water, the natural resources, the electric authority that is public now, but they want to privatize it.
Now, I know that you all are not really happy with the government at the moment. What should the government be doing to address your concerns?
Well, basically what we want is the government to assume the supposed responsibility they have with defend the Puerto Ricans. They are not defending Puerto Ricans. They are in agreement and complicity with the imperial and colonial regime of the United States, because they want to perpetuate the extraction of the wealth generated by the working class to keep enriching multinationals and corporations. So the first thing that they need to do is to say, you know what, we are supposed to represent you, and we are going to defend you and be with you hand in hand against the colonial regime. That's the first thing that they should do. They should stop sending the military police, because they are using military tactics to repress the people that actually are defending the well-being of Puerto Ricans. That's what we're going to do. But we should not expect that from this colonial regime. So we are going to continue marching. We are going to continue organizing the communities. We are going to continue doing actions, because we are going to eliminate this colonial regime in Puerto Rico.
Well, Carlos, thank you so much for talking to us. We are going to continue to talk to you throughout the week and probably into the next month, just to follow your work and your process. We've been speaking to Carlos Alicea Negron of the independence group Negron in Puerto Rico.